welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Haunts. I am Kurt Richardson. I am the director of the Indiana Paranormal Society. Our web address is www.indianaparanormal.us. This is our PR guy, Jeff.
Hi!
And these are our mascots, the puppies. This is Casper.
Bandit.
Oh, yeah.
Casper likes when you grab him behind the neck.
Oh, yeah. This week's episode is going to be about other paranormal groups out there, how to find a good group, what to look for, what not to look for. I know me and Jeff, we've both been members of other groups before. We've been through several groups. I know one of the first groups I was with, it was a larger group. Statewide, they had several different chapters. Corporate board of directors. It wasn't a bad group. It was run, decently. I never had a problem with the way they hunted. They taught me a lot. Yeah, I mean, their ghost hunting methods themselves were great. The problem that we had was with the corporate board. One of the things you need to watch out for too when you get into a ghost hunting group. That dog's gonna tear you up. Oh, laugh, Peter calls. Oh, sorry. Can't remind me to keep going. But yeah, one of the things you got to watch out for, especially if you're in a larger group, are you trying to find a group in your area? You don't want to do your research about it. Make sure you check in, see what the group's like. Most groups, honestly, that's worth anything, actually charges membership dues. Our group, we charge, the first hunt and investigation that you do with our group is always free. Meetings are always free to attend. Anytime after that, though, we ask that you pay a yearly membership due of $20 per person. And again, that's not very much money for 12 months. We do a meeting and a hunt at least every month. So, you get more than your money's worth out of that. You'll get a lot of groups out there that they don't want to charge dues. They want people just to show up. The problem with that is, how can you actually tell what your membership is, how many people you got in your group? A lot of times those groups will tell you, yeah, we got 50, 60 members, but you only ever see 2 or 3 at a time at the meetings. A lot of times in groups like that, the meetings are very sporadic. They have a meeting maybe every couple of months or something. A lot of times they don't actually ghost hunt. They just do meetings. They talk about it. Our group is one that actually does a ghost hunt every month. We try to, at least.
The other thing with membership dues is it's easy to find out who's serious about it or not. Generally, if you're willing to invest some money, you're willing to follow through and show up with meetings and help with fundraisers and show up for the hunts and stuff.
Right. I mean, when you get a ghost hunting group, it's not free to run. There is hidden costs and stuff in it. You got, ink cartridges. You've got, your time, message boards, cameras, equipment that you got to buy. All this stuff, has to come out of the group funds. Fundraisers are a good way to make money. I know we do the Haunted Cemetery Tour every year. I think last year we made almost $700 doing it. We were able to buy this camera that we're recording on. We've got T-shirts and stuff now that we end up buying out of that fund to resell. Stuff like that happens a lot, so it's just a good way to make money. So yeah, do your research on it. Make sure that you're not getting into a group that's, just out to have fun, just out to get scared. Like I said, with the group that I was a member of before this group, the problem that we had is that it was such a large group. It was a statewide group. They had several different chapters. The president of the group was more, it was his way or the highway, even though it was a corporate board of directors. There were several times, there were several times they would try to outvote him on something, and he would flat out tell them that if they didn't like it, they could quit. With them being such far away too, I mean, they were located in almost into Chicago, about an hour and a half away from us. So we didn't get too much help from the corporate board. It was more along the lines of, do what you want to do. They took it more as a job. They actually would write people up in the group. If you're a member of the group and you did something wrong, you get wrote up. They would suspend people from the group for months at a time for disciplinary reasons, stuff like that. Again, this isn't a job. This is a hobby for us. It's something we do to have fun. You shouldn't take it that serious,
And frankly, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Any group that's going to be like that, that's going to be trying to, force you to do stuff, make you work extra, do what you can, but don't kill yourself over it. This is a hobby. On the other end of the spectrum, I've been a member of groups that's been so small that it's, hard to really do anything, One of the other groups that we're a member of, they have meetings once a month, normally. Sometimes it goes 2 or 3 months between meetings. They don't really have a hunt after the meetings. They want to have a hunt later on in the month, or schedule a hunt some other time. Again, if you get in a group like this, you gotta kind of factor in your time frame. If your time is limited like mine is, I run this other, I run the Indiana Paranormal Society, so at least one weekend out of the month is used by that. My work schedule says I have to work at least one weekend a month, so that only leaves 2 other weekends that I can hunt and spend time with my family, friends, stuff like that. So with this other group, if they're having a meeting at one weekend, then a hunt the next, I'm going to probably go to the hunt. I'm going to miss the meeting. So I think a lot of people end up doing that. So really do your research on the groups. The more you actually want to help out with the group, the better the group's going to be, is what I found. If you can get people that's going to help out, that's going to do the fundraisers, that's going to be there.
Bandit, get out.
Oh, cameraman's getting attacked over there.
Alright. Get back.
Come on, get out.
There they go. So yeah, really do your research on your group, what type of group you're looking to get into. There's several different types here. You've got your more feeling type group, more of your psychics, your sensitives, people that put a lot of stock into that. Our group is more of a scientific group. We use all the equipment. We want hard concrete evidence. We can't base an investigation on feelings. We do use psychics and sensitives, but the problem with that is, what we'll do is if, one of our sensitives say, let's say they get a name, we'll do the research and try to put that name with somebody that lived there, or some kind of concrete evidence that we have.
A good general rule is if you join a group and it just ceases to be fun, then it's time to move on.
Move on, find another group. If you're trying to start your own group, again, do your research. How many groups are there in the area? An area can get oversaturated. You can just have too many groups in one area to make it even worthwhile to do a group. I believe in this area we have currently at least 3 groups that I know of, maybe a 4th and a 5th that's trying to get started up. So again, unless you're established, unless you've been there for a while, you're not going to get that many members, One thing I've noticed too, a lot of the other groups are very territorial. You'll get groups that's going to try to run you out of business if you're trying to start your own group. They're going to badmouth you. They're going to tell your members, make posts on their boards. They're going to try to claim cemeteries. It gets very, nasty sometimes. Our group's not like that. We're open to the public. We share information freely with any other groups out there. If there's another group that's looking for a place to hunt, they can't find the location or something, we're more than happy to, let them know where it's at, take them out there, show them around. The more people you get out there actually doing a ghost hunt, the more, likely you are to actually capture something.
The other thing to remember is it doesn't matter how many members you get in the group, you're only going to have about 6 or 7 that actually show up on a regular basis for anything.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you got 20 or 50 members, it's just the way
It always is.
the business works.
You get a small core group of people that is the people that you can count on, that will be there when you need them. And I think we've got a pretty good group of people in our group that does that. So we're decent when it comes to that. When you start getting private investigations, stuff like that,